this fight is brought to you by Alpha Gold Fight Gear and also Advanced Sports Lab. 3 rounds of the NAAFS Amateur Series welterweight division. And now, introducing fighting out of the Sean Phelan in the red corner. This fighter's record is perfect with 3 wins and no defeats. Standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing 165 and 1/2 pounds, representing Fighters United, fighting out of Archbold, Ohio. This fighter's MMA record sits at 2-1. Standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing 169 pounds, representing True Roots MMA, fighting out of Cleveland, Ohio, by way of the Ivory Coast, West Africa, Emmanuel, the Natural Mystic Kangah.
The Natural Mystic Kangah, John. I thought it was a Snapple flavor, but it's Emmanuel Kangah.
Very nice. The Natural Mystic. You know, some guys come up with these names. I love that nickname. And not to take away from either one of these two gentlemen now as they come in and touch gloves, but as I look to my left, we got Brian the Predator Rogers and Steve Miosic in attendance tonight.
Yeah, as I mentioned, that's the Cleveland MMA scene comes out as they always do for Fight Night in the Flats, and Kangah comes out swinging as expected. Gabe Garcia with a body kick answered by Kangah, and that hurt Garcia
without question.
And here's Emmanuel Kangah pounding away, trying to finish this fight. And it would be wise for Kangah to just stand up and let him back up to his feet.
I couldn't agree more.
Those are some vicious right hooks. He's got to grab a leg. If you're Gabe Garcia, you want to grab that left leg of Kangah and bring him to the ground with you.
And Kangah was all over him. Here we go. Take a deep breath and let's go again.
Jumping knee by Gabe Garcia. I don't know if that was a slip or Kangah caught him on the way in.
Well, Garcia's going to have to be careful because these are amateurs and there are no knees allowed to the face. So he throws a knee up there and it connects. Whether or not it does damage, he's going to get a point taken away.
That was a right hand by Kangah that hurt Garcia. Shoots for a double, and look at the sprawl on Kangah. He hasn't been working on the wrestling based on this sprawl here.
And Garcia is finally able to get him up against the cage. We'll see if he's going to be able to get up. No.
Kangah
does a nice job again.
There's a right and a left by Kangah. Every time Garcia tries to get up, you see the long limbs of Kangah coming into play, swinging wildly and connecting to the head of Gabe Garcia.
The Natural Mystic. He brought his A game today.
I like Gabe Garcia, though, combinations, finishing it off with an outside leg kick, connecting. But he's got to pull it back as the Natural Mystic catches it and gives him a couple shots to the face with the right hand for his troubles. Another right kick by Garcia.
Kangah doing a real nice job with takedown offense. And, you know, when you're a fighter and you want this fight to the ground, and it doesn't happen, boy, can you get gassed quick.
Under a minute, and Garcia finally gets Kangah to the ground with a single leg, and he moves into mount here. Kangah holding on, just hopefully riding this fight out as he buries his face into the stomach of Garcia.
And Garcia's very high in the mount. Kangah's really going to have to do something in order to get out of this.
Kangah just pushes him off.
Beautiful.
There's another knee by Garcia. Kangah with the right and the left, and
throwing punches from his knees. He is non-stop go.
Nice looking. There's 10 seconds, and I'm sure Kangah would like to put this one out in the first.
You know, that brief time that Garcia was in the mount, I don't think did enough. If I'm a judge, this round goes to Kangah.
Certainly. Well, no damage was done from the mount. No. He couldn't push Kangah's head down to even land any punches, and Kangah quickly reversed it. Well, what an impressive showing by Kangah. You know, it's amateurs. These are 3-minute rounds rather than 5. But with that work rate from a welterweight, the number of punches he's thrown, it'll be interesting to see if Kangah can keep it up. And sure enough, King is sitting in the corner.
Yeah, which is never a good sign because, you know, at least when I'm fighting, I never use the human chair or put my butt on the mat. I want my opponent to know I'm fresh, I'm ready for this next round to start right now. I don't need a minute rest.
And as well, it can't be good for your legs. You never want to, even as an amateur, you get more time, but that's a minute and a half that you're sitting and you're off your feet. You know, you don't want the lactic acid to build up. You want to keep yourself active and moving.
Well, very impressive by Kangah here, as you see on the replay. And there, our TV guys go right to Kangah sitting down. A minute and a half, I think he's going to recover and come out and be good because that pace was intense.
Yeah. Mr. Garcia, I mean, Gabe Garcia is a game fighter. And, you know, at this point, knowing how Kangah is, knowing how he comes out, it might have been part of the game plan. Let him go crazy. Let me weather the storm. And as soon as I can secure a takedown, I can implement my game plan and deliver some punishment.
Excellent point.
And Kangah comes out for the second, breathing heavy. Oh, there's a right hand by Garcia to start the round. Kangah with a nice left. Look at the length on that jab, John. Body shot by Kangah.
And Garcia's doing anything possible to tie this thing up.
Garcia is tough. Kangah caught him with another right to the side of his face, and he just keeps marching forward. There's a shot, an ankle pick, he gets it. Gets down in the butterfly guard of Kangah. And let's see what Kangah has on the ground with jiu-jitsu defense.
He's doing a good job tying up Garcia's arms. In full guard now.
He's got 2-on-1 on the right arm, and Garcia is just... There's what Garcia needs to do is soften up the body. By Kangah holding onto both arms, he's leaving the entire side of his body
Beautiful
exposed.
bump sweep.
Wow.
Beautiful bump sweep. It looked like he faked him out like he was going to go for the Kimura. Classic one. You're not really going for the Kimura. You're setting up the bump sweep, and he hit it perfectly.
There's Kangah in the mount, trying to control the wrist of Garcia. Just using that right hand to come down on him. Garcia right in his corner. Listen to the advice of his coaches, but there's not a whole lot they can tell him out of this position. Pinned up against the cage in full mount, John. What can he do to get out of this?
Well, Jerry Garcia, Jerry Chris, he's looking at it. I was just going to say, he's looking to stop this. It almost appeared as though Garcia said, enough's enough. Maybe it was his wins. He didn't have enough to keep going. Who knows what it was, but Jerry Chris had to step in and say, this fight's over.
Impressive aspect of the win to me, looking at it from Kangah's perspective, is he got on the ground. He was mounted twice. He was in bad positions, and he was able to stay calm and get out of those positions.
And as we see right now, this is the end where Kangah measures him, and then that's where Jerry Chris just sees enough and says, that's it.
Nice job by Emmanuel Kangah.
So the natural mystic comes out, and boy, does he do a job.
He's 3-1. That's 3 in a row for the natural mystic.
Emmanuel, the natural mystic Kangah. Fight fans around the country watching on pay-per-view, and those of you who are locally in Ohio, do not sleep on this guy. And let's send it up to Jazz and make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jerry Chris has seen enough to stop this contest at 1 minute and 42 seconds of round number 2.